Hey, everybody, welcome back. Vince McMahon with you right here. Vince McSham, I should say, with you right here. Firing up the Fire Pro. Last stream out there, we were putting some stuff together, and we ended up finding out the poor Shark Boy had no representation. So I took care of that. I made a pretty good Shark Boy. He's up there. Go get him. Oh, Shell, yeah. Alrighty then. Let's see what we got going on here. Go to our edit real quick. Team edit. We're going to make us some factions. Well, first, let me do this. Transfer wrestler. I don't know if I have any that I may have added afterwards. I did not. Okay. We're going to need to make some factions. For WCW, we're going to do our NWO. Great team. Make it a stable. And it's going to be the New World Order. Lowercase n. Come on, man. You gotta do it right. We're gonna make them back when they were bad guys. Before bad became good. New World Order. And we don't want NWA, we want WCW. Put them down there. And we're going to transfer our wrestlers. We're going to go with Hulk, Ash, and Hall. For now. What else we got here? I think Jimmy Garvin, I got him in the NWA. Where is he here? Oh, there he goes. All right. What's up, Brooke? How you doing, buddy? I don't know if it's going to fit this whole word. No, it's not. Wow. Oh, never mind. What is it? It says log name, man. What you want me to put? In some ways, yes. I mean, if you can deal with the hokey graphics, then probably in a lot of ways. The difference with this game, this is not really a game to be played. In other words, this game does its best, and it's in its element when you set it up and then let it play itself. And there's a time and place for that. But honest to God, if I could only keep this or 2K18, I'd have to go with 18. We had a baby face with him, I think. Yeah. Now, today's product is definitely tough to watch unless you're looking at NXT. I do enjoy the NXT. I've got to catch up. I'm down a couple episodes. Vince, baby. You're talking to Vince McMahon, man. Oh, we gotta check it out and see if anyone made a Stan Lane yet. Gotta believe by now it's there. Transfer wrestlers. And one more team I'm going to put together here quickly. WWF. I wonder if I would have put them in the WWE. Yes, I did. Where the heck did I put him? Benjamin, what's up? How am I supposed to promote a company? Are we talking about a real company, or is this something like, 2K? Where the hell is Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty at? just downloaded them the other day. I know they're here somewhere. Where the hell are they at? Maybe they're not alphabetized. Oh yeah, well done. We gotta put them together. Bushwhackers. There we go. That's the other thing too. I was alphabetizing a lot of them. I didn't get all the way done with it though. So you got a real wrestling company. Where are you wrestling out of? What state we in? And what does VCW stand for? I'm going to guess victory. Could be violence. Or violent. I'm going to try and alphabetize a few more of these here, I think. John Wesley, how the heck are you, buddy? When you alphabetize all these things, it makes it so much easier to find them later. It's a pain in the ass to do it in the moment, but... Yes, Roddy Piper's wearing a skirt. It's the best thing I could get. He was right. The Bronx, New York. What's up? How you doing? As a former Islander, all right, y'all need to go check out VCW in the Bronx. If you don't live in the Bronx, go anyway. Just pack some hard on, you know. You want to be careful around some of those streets in the Bronx. How long you guys been running? Well, 3 years is a pretty good run. How many shows we do in a month? Alphabetical. Does the A come first, or the fact that there is no other letter? I think it's the A comes first. Oh, well. Close enough. 2 shows a month. That's not bad. How's attendance been? Right now, the economy's on the upswing, so you might be doing a little bit better than a lot of times in the past. You got a website or something set up, I'm imagining? Yeah, this roster has grown pretty quickly. All right, man. As soon as you get one up, let me know, man. I'll put the word out. I know we got some New Yorkers that are on this. The nation reaches deep, man. We got Israel on this thing. Oh, man, my pleasure. Saudi Arabia. I got a couple of guys from Saudi Arabia. If they like you, man, they might drop some oil on you, money on you. That's not to insinuate that everybody from Saudi Arabia automatically has oil and money. Just like I'm an Italian from New Yorker, and most of our businesses are very legitimate. Yeah, Kate, I listened to his show. I don't think he liked it. As a matter of fact, he mentioned the fact that what they did with Jay Lethal and the penis bit, which is funny. The way he said it is funny. Ruined the entire card, and he's right. It did, and that's what I was saying from the get-go. By the way, I figured out why I wasn't getting his tweets. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you already know this, and if not, why didn't you follow me on Twitter, man? What's wrong? I showered. He banned me. Motherfucker blocked me. I got blocked by Jimmy C. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, John. Other than the fact that Jim Cornette don't want to hear my opinions. Honest to God, I don't even know what the fuck I said to him. I don't think I said anything to him, actually. I think I was responding to something he retweeted. So he's one of those left-wing people. Look, I don't give a shit what your opinions are politically and all that crap. We can agree to disagree, and we can discuss things, and there'll be points that we actually agree on. You know, I think if Jim Cornette and I actually sat down and bullshitted for a little while, he'd realize I actually agree with a lot of stuff. Nah, man, I ain't got time for Spider-Man. 19's right around the corner. I'm messing with this a whole bunch. Still got some old games. I'm playing God of War 3, first time ever. I'm liking that a whole lot better. Part 4, I threw that shit away after 8 hours. I won't play it no more. But, yeah, I got enough on my plate right now. And there's a few others that I want to get to. I got a bunch of shit just laying around that not enough hours in the day, man. Not enough vacations in the year. But, yeah, man, Jim Cornette fucking blocked me on Twitter. It's joke's on him. I have 2 Twitter accounts, so I just added him on the other one. Now I just won't respond to anything. What a glass ego. For a guy with a big mouth like that, you think he'd at least be able to get into a debate with somebody, you know? Fight on the facts. Well, that's a problem. He can't when you're in that mindset. But the facts don't work in his favor. A wrestling section in what? Oh, would they come out with a Spider-Man PS4 console? I got the Star Wars Battlefront. There ain't gonna be no wrestling in Spider-Man, I don't think. I'd be shocked if there was. I have to admit, the little bits that I've seen that they've leaked out there with the story mode actually looks like it could be good. Which almost got my attention enough to do it. And then I was like, nah, man, I'm going to wait on that one. I will get it eventually, but it's going to be a while down the road. Oh, that's got to be pretty cool. A red PS4. Mine's still just regular black with a couple of the Rebel logos, I guess, on it. I'm going the wrong way. S is up. Hey, there's Shark Boy. Check it out. Well, I would have said Jim Cornette, but then the motherfucker went and blocked me, so, nah. Best manager all time. I mean, what are we basing it on? I mean, who do I like the best, or who had the most wins and title matches, or, you know, champions and all that shit? I mean, you got Lou Albano with, what, 16 tag team champions. That's pretty impressive. Granted, it's all strict out and, you know, written in the script, but still means you're around the business a long time. Bobby Heenan, funniest motherfucker ever. And really good as a manager. Did a great job with that. Yeah, I mean, Cornette is another one, a tag team specialist, but he doesn't hold up to Albano for talking wins and losses. Now he'll run circles around Albano with a microphone, which is saying something because Albano's fucking good with a microphone. But there really isn't too many people in the world that are going to go toe-to-toe with Jim Cornette on a microphone, which is why I can't believe he fucking blocked me. It's like, you got something to say it. I wish to God I could know what it was. Again, I didn't talk to him, I don't think. I wasn't, like, responding directly to him. I think he reposted something, and I addressed the person who posted it. And maybe he just didn't like my opinion, but that's all right. You ain't got to like my opinion. You're allowed to have your own. And we can still be friends. See how that shit works? That's the problem nowadays. People just have too many glass egos. It's like, the minute you don't agree with me, that's it. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Delete. It's like, well, that's an adult thing to do right there. And that's the fishing line because Shark Boy said so. Yeah, I was watching some Shark Boy stuff real quick before I made that thing just to get in the mindset and remind myself of his gear and stuff like that. I was watching it from the beginning where they woke him up out of the coma. You know, it's amazing. Sometimes they could put shit out that was actually friggin' good. I mean, granted, it was goofy, but it was good. Hey, Aaron? Is Aaron here? Anybody seen Aaron? Well, you better be dead, deaf, or mute, Aaron. What's up, Aaron? Another tough one. I mean, look, we're going to take pro wrestling out of it for a moment because the question is who's the better wrestler. So if I were going to put him in an amateur match, Punk is out. Oh, man. I feel like Benoit's stronger. He's thicker. He's a little bit more compact. Oh, it's a coin toss, but I would bet my money on Benoit in a wrestling match. Now, we're talking about pro wrestling. Damn it, man. That is a tough one there. From a marketability standpoint, CM Punk. I mean, that friggin' Punk t-shirt just blew up. Benoit was never huge on merchandise. He was just a guy who got it done, man. He wasn't great with a mic, but his in-ring work was second to none. I've never found Daniel Bryan spectacular on a microphone. So, that's what's going to give Punk the advantage in my book, is that he's up there in the absolute top, definitely in the top 10 all time, probably in the top 5 if I sat down and thought about it with a mic. Hey, Ron is here. Do we have a D-Nice? Is D-Nice here? Anybody seen D-Nice? I cannot get enough of that clip, man. Every time I come across it again, it's like, yep, play. And it's still funny every damn time. Didn't I get rid of that one, I thought? No, that one's got to go away. All right. My bad. I thought that was gone already. I haven't used Shinsuke yet. I haven't used a lot of them yet. Well, he certainly didn't help it any, and, just when I thought maybe somebody was going to come along and do something to help things out, they bring a bunch of penises out to ringside. And, again, Cornette, I don't think he liked it much at all, to be honest. I mean, he didn't see it, so he can't say firsthand anything on it, and he mentioned that. However, he made some really strong points about the fact that ROH didn't help their product at all by allowing the shit to go down that went down with their title match. And that any potential network that may have been looking at them thinking, okay, we need to get some wrestling on TV for ratings, the minute the penises came out, they're done. And they're not going to want to hear about, oh, well, that's not something we normally do, or we won't. Nah, you're done at that point. Well, thank you. I owe it all to a good microphone and a mixer. It gives me all the bass that I want. We're not all blessed with that Howard Stone baritone. Man, I'm over here trying to remember my alphabet. This sucks. Sports entertainment is that thing that wrestling used to be. Only now they just don't even try to hide shit no more. I am still getting over the fact that that asshole blocked me on Twitter. I would think he would want to light somebody up and try and fight fact or something like that, but jeez Louise. And I had no idea he did it either. I was just like, oh, wait a minute, how come I'm not getting... And then I thought maybe I forgot to sub to him or something, so I went back and went to sub to him and it says, you have been blocked. I'm like, what? I started laughing. I was like, what did I say? I just want to know what I said, man. That's all. But it says a lot about him, unfortunately, in a bad way, though. That, you know, you can talk all that shit, but you're going to... And this is kind of the whole problem that's going on in the world today, in the U.S. anyway. The minute you don't agree with us, we're going to silence you. That's it. We don't want to hear your opinion. That's not the way the United States works. We have diverse opinions and ideas. We share them back and forth. Rational people will listen to both sides. You know, you have your opinions, other people have theirs, and you got to realize somehow we're going to have to find some middle ground here. What can we agree on? That's the way it used to be. Oh, God, I do not miss any of those gimmicks. Not one. Start with Doink, and then we just knock them down from there, man. Hate all that shit. To me, that was the death of wrestling. But, oh, ECW came along, though, and saved it. Man, those 90s with ECW. Oh, good Lord. Don't go messing with the country, boy. One thing about this game that I don't like is, like, if I just want to go in and make some changes to an edit that I downloaded, I can't. I've got to literally copy the thing and make my own version of it from there, which doesn't take a whole lot, but now you got to delete one. It's just a pain in the ass. For me, I got to go with the 80s, especially the early 80s before WrestleMania. It was real back then, man. Yeah, man, I still, when I look back at, like, old Backlund matches on the network, it's like, how the fuck did he get over? I mean, we thought he was the greatest. My great-grandfather was funny as shit, man. Again, we from New York. He's an Italian. I mean, he was from the old country. And you ain't going to tell him wrestling wasn't... This is going back in the 70s now. So I was a little kid, and he'd be in the other room watching the wrestling in the morning, and I'd be in the kitchen or whatever. And you'd hear him with that Italian accent going off. And he's like, the son of a bitch. The son of a bitch. The dirty bastard. He's a cheater. The cheater, son of a bastard. Somebody pulled something out of the tights and thumbed Bruno in the throat with it, and you didn't fuck with Bruno, man. That was my great-grandfather's man there. That was a boy from the neighborhood. The Italianos, man, you got to stick together. Abdallarama, how you doing? I think I might have even pronounced it right that time. Junkyard dog. Junk. Hey, give me a cookie. Seems like this is endless. Would have been easier if I was doing it right from the get-go instead of waiting. Learn from my mistakes, children. You're dead. It's definitely a mouthful, man. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, what do you have? 8-year run? Balls Mahoney. I gotta be honest, man. I'm still sitting around thinking about 2K19 and like I still don't know what I'm doing with it yet. It doesn't hurt or help the fact that they haven't announced anything about the game other than roster stuff. I don't expect they're going to have creative story mode, but man, in the back, I'm just hoping. If they bring that shit back, man, this channel's going to blow up. But even if they do, I'm still at this point where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do this season yet. And by now, I usually have a very clear picture in my mind. Black walnut ice cream. I've never even heard of that, but I would try some. Oh, yeah, Mid-South had some good shit. Mid-South definitely had them some good stuff. I gotta go to the store now and get me some black walnut ice cream. I ain't never even heard of that shit. Quick Nick Aldis, the national treasure. And then he lost. Yeah, doesn't it though? Just want to go up to somebody. Do you have any black walnut ice cream? Oh, damn. You're taking that CM Punk pipe bomb thing for real, aren't you? Look, we ain't going to have to wait that long because McMahon is already out. He's all in for XFL, so he ain't going to be running at the WWE anymore. $1,080 Egyptian pounds. Holy shit, that sounds like a car over here. I'm sure it's not quite that much, but to answer the question, track record alone says that Triple H is better for the business. What he's done with NXT, and he's kept it. Now, part of it isn't just because of Triple H. A big part of NXT's success, and shocking, is it's fresh, always. You get some stars, they develop in front of you, you start to really root for them, and then they move on. That's what we used to call territories. And that's why the business was always good, because it was always fresh. The other thing that makes NXT better is competition. They all want to go to the main roster where the money is. Therefore, they compete, in my opinion, harder on NXT shows than you'll see on Raw and SmackDown. GCW. Why are you late? I want you to write down 100 times on the blackboard, I will not be late to stream. Let me know when you're done. You didn't miss much, man. We were just talking about how Jim Cornette blocked me on Twitter. Actually, I'd like to see his list of people blocked. I think it's longer than his subscribers. Anyone's in this that you want to make, man. You can make anything in this thing. Everything you see me messing with here, for the most part, are either things that I made or somebody else made. Yeah, I mean, Triple H, once he's got the full reins in his control, I would expect the product to hopefully get better. Hopefully. You also have to remember there's different writing staffs on NXT versus SmackDown and Raw. The writing staffs on Raw and SmackDown are horrible. Hopefully nobody here is like related to any of those people, or God forbid one of them actually watching. But yeah, they're out of touch. And I dare say they're not real wrestling fans. They may have become wrestling fans because of their job, but if you didn't grow up with it, then you shouldn't be writing it. Dude, I don't know. They don't give you a number count. I'm wondering myself, but it's a lot. And we ain't done yet, man. This is just working our way to that point. But it's a shitload. That's the official number. At some point, I may actually count just for fun. You know, Jason always had that sound effect. It was like that. Michael Myers didn't have that. He had that shrieky sound effects that they made with the music. Yeah, there's Golden Shower. There's a couple other ones out there. Oh, Stephanie ain't going nowhere. She's blood related to that line, man. She's there. Just get used to it, man. Same thing I tell all those people that are pissed off that Donald Trump won. It's like, get used to it. It ain't going nowhere. Fight the fights you can win, man. Why are you going to worry about something you got no control over? Hey, we're getting close to the end of this thing, man. They're almost there. Wait a minute, where am I at? Oh, I'm sure Paul Bearer is probably already out there. I haven't looked yet. What's up, OJ? Keep the sharp objects away. OJ's here. I bet you never heard that before, right? Gobbledy freaking gooker. Yeah, at the end of the day, though, the writers are the ones that are going to put the stuff out there that is going to make it to TV. And, yeah, it is what it is. It's just bad. Speaking of writers, you know who could have used some writers? All In. How the hell did they go that long that the main, well, feature event, whatever you want to call it, the six-man tag that they were going to finish up with, gets squashed? Well, you know, Vince did a lot of damage on his way out, but he also kicked that ass during the Monday Night Wars, man. When you look back at the stuff that he wrote, it's hard to, you know, DX. I mean, come on, man. He did a lot of that shit that he did the McMahon-Austin angle. I mean, come on, that was the hottest feud of all times. When it comes to just all-around heat and buy rate ability, I mean, you know, people are just all going out for that shit. Merchandise, the whole nine. Austin McMahon, I don't know. I've always said the two hottest feuds of all time, top two, Hogan and Piper in the 80s, McMahon and Austin in the 90s and early 2000s. Everything after that comes in close seconds and thirds and fifths and whatever the fuck else. But for me, I can't think of any feud that was that hot. That even when we kind of knew wrestling was fake, you forgot about it for that time period because, damn, those guys just made it so good. And I'd still put Austin McMahon at the top of the list. I don't think there's a better feud ever been had. Now, granted, they had to pull it off and make it happen, but it was Russo. Did I watch the first night of NYC? What the fuck is NYC? NYC. I'll have to say no because I don't know what NYC could possibly be. The first night. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, the Joey Ryan thing. Come on. It's fucking pay-per-view. Why would you waste your time with that bullshit? Oh, no. There was like 10,000 people in friggin' Chicago that popped for Dick Druids. You'd have an equal number walking out the door in New York and half the other cities around town. Oh, Mae Young Classic. There you go. I have not yet. Don't spoil anything, please. I'm going to love the women, I'll tell you right now, and even I said it before, the only thing about All In I liked was, what's her name, Penelope Ford, I think. I've never seen her before in my life. Fuck, that girl's good. I mean, granted, she didn't do a whole lot, but what she did was spot on perfect. I want to see her in a real match wrestling. Now, that might turn out to be a complete train wreck. I don't know. You know, just because you do a couple spots and shit don't mean that you can go on in the ring bell to bell, but what I saw makes me think she could probably not only go bell to bell, but be one of the best. And I do think you'll see her up on the main roster of WWE at some point in time. She, for me, was one of the very few shining lights or happy spots, if you will, during that entire event. Yeti. Yeti. See, the problem not being able to watch stuff live like the Mae Young Classic is then I go on Twitter or whatever, and there's all these friggin' little gifs bouncing around, and so now it's like I gotta stay off social media if I don't want to know the outcome of shit. What do I think of RR Royal Rumble? What the hell's RR? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think it worked out well for them that they did get cut down on time because a bunch of spot monkeys like that, shorter is better. I mean, it was an entertaining match. I liked it. I liked their match. It was one of the few I could say that about. I would like Jim Cornette to watch Cody Rhodes' match and then evaluate it. He's going based off of what he's reading on the sheets. Oh, Ronda Rousey. What was the question here? What do I think of Ronda Rousey? I love her. Always have. You know, she don't take shit from anybody. She's real. She's badass. I like girls that can kick ass, man. The days of the damsels in distress, man, that's done. Need somebody who can carry their own weight, man. If I'm getting mugged in an alley and she's my girlfriend, I know that there's two of us in this fight. Not me trying to keep some worthless little thing on the side, you know, from getting killed too. Matter of fact, if she's my girlfriend and we're getting mugged, I might just step back, you know, pull out the video thing and pull up my cell phone, start recording video thinking this is going to be like a viral video here. We're going to get rich off of this thing alone. There's that story about how she whooped up 3 boys back in the early days before she was, like, famous in a movie theater that wouldn't shut the fuck up during the movie. Yeah, I've always been a Ronda fan. I was a little disappointed that she couldn't handle a loss a little bit better in the MMA. But, again, she's so competitive, and I get it. I mean, it's kind of the same thing that pisses me off about Trump. As a president, from the presidential standpoint of things, I like what he does, and I agree with it. But then he's got to get on that fucking Twitter and ruin it all. It's like, dude, man, why you got to be stupid for? You make it hard to try and convince people that you're doing a pretty good job. So that's kind of what Ronda reminds me of. Sometimes she's her own worst enemy for no good reason. Mr. Electroshock? Last time I saw him, he was just Electroshock. Honestly, I think the women's division was already legit. I mean, as much as I'm not a fan of hers anymore, Sasha Banks is a solid in-ring worker up there with the best of the best, men or women. I think Bayley's tremendously talented. Charlotte, fucking A, man. I mean, that girl's over like Rover. And then you got Becky Lynch. Anyone who didn't know how over she is, just watch these last few matches now. David Arquette, man, he is the most underrated champion of all time, man. What a great world champion he was. I'm just waiting for everybody to blow up on the comment feed here. That was me being sarcastic. Fucking Burt Reynolds died today, or yesterday, technically. That sucked, man. I got my little alert while I was at work, and I was just like, shit. I had a chance to meet him 2 years ago. He was doing an autograph signing not too far from me. It was him taking a picture in front of the Trans Am, and I was like, I was all set to go, and I was going to go with a buddy of mine. We couldn't get there at the last minute. Something came up. And I knew it. I said, man, that's not an opportunity that's going to come by again. Now it never will. God, I wish I'd have gone to that. We're getting closer. I haven't looked, to be honest with you. I know on Fire Pro Returns there were several. I had one. Nah, she's not a heel, man. Here's the deal. You can't be a heel if everybody's cheering you, okay? That's why Stone Cold Steve Austin was not a heel. That's why they had to turn Brett heel. There's some people that you just can't. Like I said, I've said it before. When Alexa Bliss was still in NXT, and she was the little blue pom-pom waving cheerleader, cute as shit. And then all of a sudden she's supposed to come out one day and be a heel, and I'm like, this is never going to work. It's like, there ain't no way you're going to take this cute little adorable girl next door that every guy in the world wants to have and make her a bad girl. Was I ever wrong, man? That girl, and that is a complete credit to her because she has worked that thing to perfection in record time. And for all the haters out there that give her shit, you know what? You get out there and do it. Well, it may not have made it mean nothing, but it sure as hell set it up for when Vince won it. Vince Russo. Because by that point in time, then it meant nothing. All of a sudden, anybody in the world can come off the fucking street weighing 185 pounds, having a reverse six-pack. Damn, we are almost there, man. Ember Moon, I like her look, and she has got the baddest finisher in the business today. That thing is just, I remember the first time she pulled that, the first time I saw her use it, and I just sat there and I was like, what the fuck did she just do? Had to go back and rewind that shit, slow-mo it, and I'm like, that's a fucking stunner off the top rope after a corkscrew. Holy shit. So just on finisher alone, gotta like that. Haven't seen enough of her mic work, to be honest with you, to have an opinion on the overall package. But she can wrestle. She ain't bad. She ain't the best, but she ain't bad. And again, look, there's certain keys to being successful in wrestling, and one of them is you have to have an absolutely believable, awesome finisher that makes everybody want to see it. She's got that. Yeah, sir, I am. It's just I got to get these alphabetized so that it's easier for me to find them when I'm in different promotions and shit, 'cause otherwise they're all jumbled up and everything. And it's been driving me crazy. Plus my, OCD has been kicking in with it. So I will be doing a few matches. Ooh, I'm going too far. A.O. Alistair. Oh, yeah, I love New Legacy. They've been having some issues with their internet. Yeah, all the guys that were in last year, for the most part, other than obvious ones like the realest guys in the room, they won't be in there, that kind of shit. But pretty much everybody who's still on the roster was on the roster last year. They're back. Collab what? With New Legacy? I mean, if there's something we can do together, I'm down. You know, we've never discussed anything. Their channel is a whole lot bigger than mine, so, I mean, it would probably have to come from them. But, yeah, like I said, I'm always down for something. Pretty sure we'd have a good time. Sad that I have to pause and think about the alphabet like that. Yeah, I know, man. When I did the whatchamacallit there, my AWA pay-per-view a while back there, the Gold Rush, they brought a whole bunch of people over for that, and I greatly appreciate them for it. I got off that stream and I looked down at the count and I thought I was seeing something wrong. Over 1,000 after the live view ended, after the stream ended, and I was like, fuck, man, I never start with 1,000. I worked my way up there eventually, but, I mean, right out the door was over 1,000 people, and there was a bunch of people coming on during the broadcast saying, hey, New Legacy sent me, New Legacy sent me, and I'm like, when I'm doing the show, I can't really pay a whole lot of attention to the comment page as much as I'd like to. That's why I like doing this shit, because I can do this and BS with you guys at the same time. But like I said, I didn't know what that all meant until after I got off the stream, and I was like, okay. I had already been subbed to them before that. I just never looked at their sub count, man. It's like they were way the fuck up there. Yeah, that's it. New Legacy sent me. That's what I was getting a lot of. So glad they enjoy what I do. I enjoy what they do. They crack me up, man. They're funny as fuck. I haven't seen Bianca Belair enough to have an opinion on her yet. Oh, who's the other, shit, drawing a blank on her. I got her face. I can't get her name in my head. Another one of the NXT girls that's going to make her debut in 2K19. Kind of an MMA thing as well. One of you guys will have the name. I just can't think of it right now, but I like her. Glad she's in the game. I'm definitely going to be doing something with the ladies this year. I've done it before. And for whatever reason, didn't entirely kick off. Part of it is, you know, I do voices and stuff, and I can't do women's voices, man. It's not going to happen. So I think that takes a little something out of the program, but there may be ways around that I've been kind of toying with now that I got the OBS thing going. Yes, Sonya Deville. Thank you. I do hate when I forget names like that, but as you get older, it happens more and more. Just a reality of life. I do like Sonya Deville, and of course Shayna Baszler I like a lot. Although I get the distinct feeling that Shayna and I have something in common and that we both like girls. Could be wrong, but We're down to like the last 5 names to alphabetize. That's the in-game model, and that's the one somebody created. Again, in my opinion, this guy, he ain't all that. Yeah, like I said, I'd be mildly surprised. Fuck, I'd be shocked. Well, I mean, when it's the bigger companies, I would agree, but some of the smaller ones rely on that because they know they're not going anywhere. You know, you don't want your champion up and leaving. Yeah, she probably does too, although she's a little bit more feminine to look at. Hey, the way I look at it is that's just something else we have in common, so maybe that's our starting point. Yeah, I think the bigger question right now, I'm waiting for somebody to step up and tell me how Frank the fucking Clown got Mick Foley's daughter. Oh, God, See, I don't watch enough of, like, the ROH and shit to know, to be honest with you. I can tell you nothing that I've seen on... I would go with Young Bucks. That won't do it, but that's who I would take as the Young Bucks. Now, if I'm the Young Bucks, I probably wouldn't take it because WWE hasn't done shit with a tag team division since the Hearts and the Demolition. But at the same time, they might be able to get a good deal on somebody like, I don't know, like a Joey Ryan, for example. I'll say this. I think Joey Ryan's chances of ever being in the WWE in any way, shape, or form were probably real small before All In. That small turned to absolutely non-existent. Fantasy wrestling match. Shit, there's a whole bunch of them. I don't know, man. Trying to think what matches we wouldn't have already seen. Calling Mr. Herman. I don't know, man. I'm thinking like Tito Santana is my favorite of all time. All right, Tito Santana and Barry Windham. There you go. My two favorites never wrestled. Book it. I guess it's faster this way. Not even editing, man. I'm just moving shit around. It's like monotonous. But it's worth it for the results. Because it'll be so much faster to find everything. That would be a good match. I mean, you know, the lead up would be worth everything because the two of them on microphones, it would just be like off the hook. Yeah, Daniel Bryan and Benoit would have been a good match. Yeah, I don't know how many I got. One of these days I may stop and count. Not today, but... Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Yeah, Zach Gowen, there you go. Find a way to get a one-legged wrestler in there. Gotta wonder to myself, like, if Zach Gowen were an actual competitor nowadays, how would they put him in the game? Because everything about that game is based on, you know, 2 legs, 2 arms, and they'd have to do, like, special shit just to make that a reality. I don't know if they could. Hell, they can barely get the game to work now. We're so close, I can taste it. 4 left, 4 left. All right, come on, man. Bang these out. I got. Well, that was Bree. All right, I'm gonna have to make that one breathe. Oh, James Ellsworth. Somehow he's not in the game again. Oh, what a shame. My guess is Undertaker wins. Tito and Barry had a match. Wow. What, 89, so they both would have been in decent shape. No, I never saw that. I've got a feeling The Undertaker has to win because they're setting something up for WrestleMania and they need him. Well, then again, you can afford to lose now to win then. I don't know. I kind of feel like he has to win it. I did like the promo him and Sean cut. I thought that was really good. And I think that was it. Primetime Wrestling, is that one up on the network by chance? I gotta check that out if it is. All right, there we go. And all of that, I can't do that way. Let's go this way. Is just so you can find shit so much faster. Oh, can't do it that way. All right, before we bounce, let's go and take a look at. Oops, that's not what I wanted, is it? Oh, gosh damn it. Oh, cool. You don't happen to know which episode it would be, do you? Now I'm really asking for details. I saw somebody had posted an Owen Hart that really looked friggin' amazing. Damn, look at you with all the numbers. Oh, it's on YouTube. Well, shit. I appreciate that. I'm going to go check that out in a little bit. All right, what we got here, bad boy? Blah, 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 blah. I hate Andrade, man. I just do not give a shit about that one. John Tatum, not a fan. Is that the penis? I think somebody made the penis. Kind of looks like it. Yo, Gorilla, did you get the all-in pay-per-view? I know you're a big indie guy. Of course, living in Philly, you can get some of that shit, man. Around here, you don't get any. That's cool. I'm going to check that out for sure later. Sasha, Ember Moon, got her already. Jason looks a little wonky there. Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. Why not? Alright, let me see what we got for Owen. See if I can find this one. I feel like that might be it right there. Yeah, that's it. This dude does really good work. Let's see what else he's done since. Rude we got the other day. Got all the other ones, I think, right? Yeah. This guy does really good stuff. And he's a member of our community. If you haven't checked it out, you need to go check it out. The Humanoid Nation. PlayStation Network. Got a ton of guys creating different shit there between 2K18, Fire Pro. What, you don't think Philly has a market and an appetite for a bunch of human penises walking down to the ring? That's good entertainment there. Ask the fans that were in attendance. They had to do that because it worked for the story. Fucking brain dead bunch of fucks. Nah, Joey Ryan, man. I got nothing good to say about him. Nothing. I'm sure that's going to keep him up at night. But he's a piece of shit. All right, let's get some matches going up in here. See how much easier it is when their names are right there, alphabetized. All right. Viewer's choice. Yeah, man, it's the same thing I run into, though. Our audience, sad to say, is growing older. The product that we are putting out there is for an audience that is dwindling down. It's one of the reasons why with the channel I've tried to branch out and do other things besides the old school wrestling. One of the reasons for doing Rise, aside from the fact that I really liked the fact that I had that whole roster of characters ready to go that I didn't have to do too much with. And a lot of them I thought had good movesets and shit. Yeah, it's like when I wake up or when I'm at work and I find out that Burt Reynolds is dead, I'm like, well, fuck. WrestleMania 10. Fight. Damn, Herb Dean been taking the juice. All right, welcome to Madison Square Garden, ladies and gentlemen. It is the dream match. CM Punk against Daniel Bryan. Well, I think Smokey and the Bandit first came to my mind, but then WrestleMania 10. CM Punk all the way out to the floor here at the Madison main event. Squeal like a pig for me. Wee! Wee! Man, GCW, I wish there were more of you, and there are a bunch, don't get me wrong. Thanks to things like the network, there are fans in the younger age bracket. They trading blows back and forth in the center of the ring. Daniel Bryan just sticking that chin out. Keeping an eye on that ramp to make sure no penises walk down. Is it penises or peni? What are multiple penises? Let me call Joey Ryan and find out. He'd know. Agreed. Elbow right to the back. Punk hooks it up, but you ain't gonna get him like that. Gotta do a little more. Gotta earn that win. Nice drop down. Daniel Bryan goes behind. Look at it. Oh, oh, oh. Shoulders are down. Herb Dean is there. He almost got him. Roundhouse kick. Daniel Bryan couldn't hold him down. CM Punk's going to be eating soup for a month. Damn if this isn't the best match I've had in Fire Pro since this new one. Daniel Bryan, he's got him in the yes lock. Overhand right. And another. Nice move right there. Suplex by Daniel Bryan. And again, he's got the yes lock and it's cinched in. CM Punk is in trouble. Both of these men have a variety of submission holds. Could we see the Anaconda Vice? Now CM Punk with the kicks to the midsection. Goes for the cover. You're not going to get him. Oh, there it is again. Once again, the yes lock is on. CM Punk very close to the ropes, but he's not going to get there. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Bryan. Time at the vault, 10 minutes and 8 seconds. Winner by submission, Daniel Bryan. You wanted to see it, you got it. You wanted the best, you got the best. Damn, Barry Windham naked. Ladies and gentlemen, from Tacula, Mexico, weighing in at 236 pounds, the former Intercontinental Champion of the world, Tito Santana. And his opponent from Sweetwater, Texas, weighing in at 257 pounds, Barry Windham. Schiavone and Lord Alfred. Oh my God, nothing says color commentary like, "Well, you know, Tony." I can't even do a British accent right now. Oh my goodness. I remember when they came out and kind of mentioned it, Lord Alfred was gay. I was like, no. No, the hell you say. You had a better chance of convincing me Pat Patterson was straight. All right, Barry Windham, I got to go fix him. He got to be about 2 feet taller. Way too damn short. He's almost midget. Goes for the drop kick and he missed. Oh, come on, man. I can't tell when you're typing if you're being sarcastic or not. Did you look at the guy? He wore frills. Come on, man. Him, Elton John, and Liberace. Yeah, gay. Well, he did have a girlfriend. His name was Bruce. Lord Alfred Hayes.
He's a fan.
Joey Ryan.
He's a fan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You get 9 months and you come up with Bruce. Yeah, I do vaguely recall. I wouldn't have known what it was from, which event, but yeah, I remember him saying that. My favorite Heenan quote of all times, though, it was he was doing commentary. Ted DiBiase was having one of his matches back when he was on the road to buying the title, and cross body by Tito. He was talking about all the ham and eggers out there. He's like, "Yeah, you know, all those ham and eggers out there, and they just sit back and they're happy with their lives. You don't have to be like that your whole life. If you want to be like the $1 Million Man, all you got to do is follow these ham and eggers around, watch what they do, and then don't do it." Man, I don't do podcasts up until recently. I just started doing the Jim Cornette one, but I just don't have time. You know, while I'm doing some of my paperwork at night, I'll throw the Cornette one on. He nined it. He nined it. All right, did that just not look like a blowjob? That's not Barry Windham. That's Joey Ryan in a mask. And Tito sends him outside the ring because Tito don't do that. Yeah, I've heard some of his stuff on the YouTube clips. Nice drop kick by Barry Windham or Joey Ryan, whoever it is. He does have the porn stash going on. I hope he doesn't. I mean, they're kind of almost setting it up for Mania. You know, 25 was an amazing match. And I still say the best match in WrestleMania history. 26, not so much. 10 years later, probably not going to be so much even more. So what I'm thinking is when Taker goes up against Triple H, when is that, by the way? Is that like this weekend, or how far away are we on that? My guess is Taker not only beats Triple H, but maybe, you know, puts him in the hospital for 2 months and may never walk again and all that bullshit. And then kind of like Rocky and Apollo Creed after Drago takes Apollo and kills him, and then Rocky got to come back and fight for it. No, you know what? For his style of wrestling, I think that ship has sailed. I just don't think he'd be able to do it. And I don't want to see a bad version of him. back elbow, and now Chico Santana firing up the crowd. The power bomb, because we all saw Tito Santana pull out a power bomb on many an occasion. And that's what he gets the win with. Okay, I've got some work ahead of me. The Ricky Santana, Ricky Santana, that's right. Ricky Steamboat version of Tito Santana.
Cup of coffee, yeah.
Oh, good God, no. Enough of The Rock, man. Well, the other one is Batista's coming back again. I was just never a fan of Batista's, man. I didn't like his look. Didn't like his promos. I got nothing, man. I just got nothing. You know what? Anything's possible. I think Big E's best opportunities came and gone already. I mean, I think 5 years ago would have been the time. I always thought he had a really solid finisher, delivered it well. I don't know. He's come a long way with his promos, I guess, being part of the group. I don't know that he could carry it on his own. Well, there's only one way to find out, but I'll be shocked. They don't come out together? What the fuck is that? Must be a setting. I gotta go look at that later. No, it does, because I had 4 of them come out together. You can do 4. I can't believe you can't do 2. I think there's a setting or something that you got to tweak. Maybe back in the options on the setup. I don't know where Jim Cornette's at, man. I told you, he blocked me on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it does. Like I said, I had 4 men, with an 8-man match, I had them come out together. Not to mention, I think these 2 goofballs have the little tag team pose they do at the beginning of the ramp. Man, somebody gave him a big-ass head. Matt Jackson looks like he has Down syndrome in this thing. I gotta check the settings on that because I'm 99% sure. Jim Cornette ain't managing either of these teams, man. This is our dream match night. I don't know, did I get a Jim Cornette? I don't even think I've downloaded a Jim Cornette yet. Two of the greatest tag teams of all time going at it right here in the main arena, Madison Square Garden. Overflow audience watching live from the Felt Forum. The hottest ticket in town. Did I cover all the cliches in that one? I think I did. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. All right, now we're good. Many people have drawn similarities between the Rock and Roll Express and the Young Bucks. But tonight, head to head, who's going to win, who's going to lose? Inverted atomic knee drop. Joey Ryan's worst enemy. For those of you guys that do follow me on Twitter, man, I posted a clip up there. You gotta go look at this thing. I don't know what fucking wrestling organization it was. I think it was Jushin Thunder Liger. The wrestler who he's going up against, I couldn't tell you who it was. Comes up from behind him. So Liger's in the corner, facing the corner. This dude comes from behind, and for whatever reason, decided a good wrestling move would be to stick his hand in Liger's ass. Oh no, wait, there's more. Liger then clinches up his butt cheeks, and now the guy's hand is being squeezed so hard that he's in agony and pain trying to get his hand out of his ass. No, wait, there's more. So now one of Liger's teammates, this is like an 8-man match, I believe. Liger's teammates comes in the ring and sticks his hand up the other guy's ass, who's got his hand up Liger's ass. And now that guy squeezes his ass cheeks together. And this keeps on going until you have a conga chain of like about 6 wrestlers with their hands up each other's ass. So it was kind of that, you know, like when Andre would throw a guy in the corner and then, you know, ram his ass into him, then take another guy and throw him into the corner on top of the first guy and ram his ass into the first guy, who would then ram his ass into the second guy. It was kind of like that, but different. You want to go check that out? It's on my Twitter. You can follow me at Invasion Nation. The N at the end of Invasion is the same N you use for Nation. We share. There you are. Matt Jackson and his big head in the corner. Rolls him up, shoulders are down, and he gets that 1 count. That'll put the fear of God in him. Tag is made. Here comes a double team. And they both eat it. Hands up, asses. Thump, bump, 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 bump. Hands up, asses. See, I think what had happened was they were playing that match on the TV in the hospital room where Joey Ryan was dead. And when all those hands went up asses, that's when he got the hard-on that brought him back to life. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the promoter. I will definitely be spending time with that. Super kick. Hurricane Runner, oh, he hooks the legs. Save made. Tag made now. Ricky Morton, a legal man in the ring. Hurricane Runner, and he's got the ankles. Too close to the ropes. Basically, from what they say, it's promoting your own wrestling organization, but there's other wrestling organizations as well, and you kind of work together, and I think you even sell merch and shit like that. So it sounds like it's pretty authentic, and again, when you look at what these guys do with their wrestling games and the depth, it would make sense to me that it would be all about that. And I think you try to grow it into like a major national network or something like that. Guarantee it'll be good. Morton's got the legs hook. Can he hold him this time? He's got two. Oh, devastating. All four men in the ring. There's a roll up. Oh, that would have been a nice ending. Not to be confused with a happy ending. Giving head in the corner. Yeah, it's going to be something along those lines, but like I said, knowing Fire Pro and what I was reading about it, it just sounds like it's going to be a lot deeper than anything we've ever seen. Holy shit, just threw Robert Gibson. Flung him like a frisbee. battling it out next to the ramp here at the Toronto Maple Leaf Madison Square Garden. And there's the win! Your winners, the Young Bucks. All right, ladies and germs, we've come to that point in the day where I got to say, I gotta go. You know the old saying, man, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here. Always fun hanging out with you guys, shooting the shit, talking about old school wrestling and shit like that there. We'll be back with more in the near future. This weekend, I got to get at least one show in on 2K18. And then we're back to normal very, very early Tuesday and very, very early Wednesday morning. I anticipate having shows running for that as well. And then I'll just be sprinkling this in when I've got time to kill. As we lead, all roads lead to 2K19, but I got to get some stuff in under the wire, so I got to work on that. I'm having a little trouble right now getting time to put the Rise versus Raw programming together the way I want it to run, but I might be able to pull that off this week. We shall see. As always, I appreciate you guys. I will see you next time here at Ringside. Have a great rest of your day.
He's a fan.